people, shit is bad. Shit is not going right for anybody. It doesn't matter. Thing is that the higher ups will always blame the minorities, the people that are below, and things like that. And there's people that know they're aware of what's going on, and the higher ups, man, the elite, the people in control and power that caused all this mess throughout the world, and it's the European nations and the Caucasians, right? Caucasians. There's always a struggle between the white race and the color race. When I mean color race, if you're not white, you colored. You're black. That's how they consider. It doesn't matter if you think, no, I'm not that black, I'm tan skin, I'm light skin. No. If you of color, you're black, and that's it. And you don't fit in the European spectrum, right? Which is white, and all whites protect themselves. And that's what we have in all these regional wars out there, people, that these people just can't accept other countries moving up in life, achieving things. And you got a lot of people from different countries and different nations in your country of Europe that are achieving more than your children's or your children's grandchildren will achieve. And that's what you're afraid of, that colored people will be in power in generations to come, and your people will be beneath and will be the majority in the future. That's what you're afraid of. And all this thing about immigration and ICE, I understand that now we got a system that everybody should follow. And it's bad for people to understand and just follow the rule. It's not that hard, people, to go out and get some papers and fill them out and put in documentation or whatever and get your pass, right? It's simple. Get your pass. Fill out a form and it's just like a pass that you get in. That's so simple, people. I don't understand why people been here in America and Europe and all these other countries without proper documentation that you went in, or they know that you there. You a ghost just walking around working for years, and nothing that you will work for you're gonna take with you, or you can prove that it was legally earned by you, because why? You didn't have the proper paperwork and permission to say that you came here and you came here to work, and knowing the authorities know that you landed where you was not supposed to be in the first place, So that's why these people are getting picked on. They know they don't have the documents or work, even though most of these people already been here. That's why I don't interfere with the Mexicans, with Indians, any Caribbean people that are native to a country that they was already here. I don't interfere with that, because the only people that are immigrants is us, people. We either were brought here, we were submitted here. Because let me tell you, man, Hawaii got taken away. Puerto Rico is a territory of the United States. Alaska also got taken away. It's also a territory in the United States. They call it a state, but no, it's a territory. Just like North America is a territory of Europe. And the real people here don't speak English. Stop telling because you don't speak English, you're an immigrant. That's bullshit. The native people here didn't speak one word of English, and they was already here, and they were native to this country. The only immigrant here exactly is the European-speaking slang English people. America speaks slang. They don't speak proper English, man. Get that. And so people that already went to high school, went on social studies and things like that, they know the real English spoken word, right? America is not a British America. It's just America, Las Americas, right? The word America is land. I always say that. And another thing, your government don't give a F about you kicking, protesting, whatever. The government is on its own interest and it's going to do whatever it wants. No soldier, after he finished his contract, it's not worth anything. No police officer is worth anything. Once he finished his contract as a police officer, you ain't worth shit. Your rights are gonna get trampled on just the same way your citizen rights are gonna get trumped on. And I don't mean Trump. I mean the government, the agencies that do all these things are gonna violate your rights, right? A civilian has no rights. You think you got rights. Once you put them to use, they're gonna use them against you and say, "Oh, you're a traitor, you're a treasonist, you're a terrorist." That's what they use. They use what you don't want to be and what you want to express. They call you as a traitor, a terrorist to the country, right? As long as you follow them, you're a citizen. Once you do the opposite, you don't agree with your fellow government agencies, you are not considered a citizen anymore. You're just a nuisance. You're gonna chastise you and things like that. So that's how it is, people. So you gotta think that you are on your own and your family. You gotta protect yourself. And everybody's here in any land freely, right, to live, right? That's the whole thing. Everybody wants to live, but no, other people want to make decisions for other people and how you want to live and how you're going to live, right? And that is wrong, right? Nobody invited other people to come to another country so you could dictate what the country should do and things like that, or put new rules into the country. You want to go to war, and you created this mess, you should go in the front lines and die for those beliefs that you believe on, right? Well, don't include everybody else, because everybody doesn't want to die for a government that all it's doing is creating wars and sending people out there to die and using citizens' money to create these wars and fund these wars, right? So all this has been here for generations. You just want to blame everybody that's in office, gets the blame because they are at office now. But thing is that racism, I hate to use that word because everybody uses it freely, but I guess that's the thing now. You got to say race, so you can start a conversation or a dialogue, whatever now. But everybody's racist at one point, but I don't mean it in a race, because, everybody has the right. If you don't want to have certain people around you, that doesn't mean your race. That's just your preference. When I consider racism, when somebody always got something against a particular people or race, that is being racist. But when you just don't want to be around certain people and things like that, that's your preference. Whites could be with whites, blacks could be with blacks. Speaking Spanish people could be with the Spanish-speaking people. And remember, there's all kinds of Spanish-speaking people. Just because we speak Spanish, we're not of the same race. Just like blacks speak English, and they're not all the same race. Remember, blacks lost their language when they came to this new world, right? That was taking off the land. Especially, nobody even kidnapped them off the land. Their own people were selling their people all to another person. Right? That's another thing. They're always blaming the whites, that the whites took them off planet Rock and then they landed on. How they say planet Rock? Planet Rock didn't land on us. You landed on some shit like that.